Louis C.K. is accused by 5 women of sexual misconduct in 2002. A Chicago comedy duo, Dana Min Goodman and Julia Wallet, landed their big break, a chance to perform at the U.S. Comedy Arts Festival in Aspen, Colo. When Louis C.K. invited them to hang out in his hotel room for a nightcap after their late-night show, they did not think twice. The bars were closed and they wanted to celebrate. He was a comedian they admired. The women would be together. His intentions seemed collegial. As soon as they sat down in his room, still wrapped in their winter jackets and hats, Louis C.K. asked if he could take out his penis. The women said they thought it was a joke and laughed it off. And then he really did it, Ms. Goodman said in an interview with the New York Times. He proceeded to take all of his clothes off and get completely naked, and started masturbating. In 2003, Abby Schachner called Louis C.K. to invite him to one of her shows, and during the phone conversation, she said she could hear him masturbating as they spoke. Another comedian, Rebecca Corey, said that while she was appearing with Louis C.K. on a television pilot in 2005, he asked if he could masturbate in front of her. She declined. Photo Julia Wallet left, and Dana Min Goodman said they felt paralyzed during an incident with him in Aspen, Colo. Credit Emily Burrell for the New York Times now, after years of unsubstantiated rumors about Louis C.K. masturbating in front of associates. Women are coming forward to describe what they experienced, even amid the current burst of sexual misconduct accusations against powerful men. The stories about Louis C.K. stand out because he has so few equals in comedy. In the years since the incidents the women described, he has sold out Madison Square Garden 8 times, created an Emmy-winning TV series, and accumulated the clout of a tastemaker and auteur, with the help of a manager who represents some of the biggest names in comedy. And Louis C.K. built a reputation as the unlikely conscience of the comedy scene, by making audiences laugh about hypocrisy, especially male hypocrisy. HBO cuts Louis C.K. from Night of Too Many Stars special, after being contacted for an interview this week about the on-the-record accusations of sexual misconduct, encounters that took place over a decade ago. Louis C.K.'s publicist, Louis K., said the comedian would not respond. Louis is not going to answer any questions, Mr. K. wrote in an email Tuesday night. Continue reading the main story-related coverage. HBO cuts Louis C.K. from Night of Too Many Stars special November 9, 2017, asking questions Louis C.K. doesn't want to answer. September 11, 2017, Andre Balazs, celebrity hotelier, is accused of groping. November 9, 2017, recent comments. Andrew, 9 minutes ago, this seems like fundamentally different behavior than other sexual offenders like Harvey Weinstein and Donald Trump, and that Louis asked. Jack, 7474, 22 minutes ago. Once again, it's the systemic protection of the managers and friends surrounding the abuser that I find most disturbing. The behavior is Matt, 3 hours ago. I think there's a trend of men shaming going around lately. I've noticed that it only seems to be men with ties to Hollywood or DC being. See all comments right. A comment advertisement. Continue reading the main story. Neither Louis C.K. nor Mr. K. replied to follow-up emails in which the accusations were laid out in detail, or to voice messages or texts. On Thursday, the premiere of Louis C.K.'s new movie, I Love You, Daddy, was abruptly cancelled. And he also cancelled an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. The stories told by the women raise sharp questions about the anecdotes that Louis C.K. tells in his own comedy. He rose to fame in part by appearing to be candid about his flaws and sexual hang-ups, discussing and miming masturbation extensively in his act, an exaggerated riff that some of the women feel may have served as a cover for real misconduct. He has all but invited comparison between his private life and his on-screen work too, in I Love You, Daddy, which is scheduled to be released next week. A character pretends to masturbate at length in front of other people, and other characters appear to dismiss rumors of sexual predation. At the same time, Louis C.K. has also boosted the careers of women, and is sometimes viewed as a feminist by fans and critics. But Ms. Goodman and Ms. Wall have said that when they told others about the incident in the Colorado hotel room, they heard that Louis C.K.'s manager was upset that they were talking about it openly. The women feared career repercussions. Louis C.K.'s manager, Dave Becky, was adamant in an email that he never threatened anyone. For comedians, the professional environment is informal. Profanity and raunch that would be far out of line in most workplaces are common, and personal foibles, the weirder the better, are routinely mined for material. But Louis C.K.'s